Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? It's time for I'm on the wrong player. It's time for a POV. Recorded game review. This is me playing. Oh my god. So I don't know if you guys remember back to Legacy days, but one style of set that I was pretty proud of. I came up with the idea and I sort of spent a bunch of time trying to perfect it. Was the crocodile all in with set, and in Retold, given all the myth unit boosts and the favor generation boosts and the crocodiles, not even just crocodiles, but the general animals becoming more favor heavy, and then on top of that, no real technology for animals. All of that stuff combined basically meant that strategy and that concept was no longer really available. So yeah, I just didn't even try it basically when I just basically said, well, myth units are much more value. Just build myth units. Anyways, recently the balance patch has come out and Set has now got himself one favor less, I think, across the board on all of the animals. Now, I haven't really gone in and super looked at the stats on everything, but I checked the crocodile specifically beforehand, and I was like, it is almost value. And when something is almost value and it doesn't cost any actual resources, it only costs favor. Of course, favor is an actual resource, but if it doesn't cost any food, wood, gold and only favor, then all of a sudden I can get the unit that is almost value and also get other units. So the idea here is that we're going to be going for a timing attack and try and make as much stuff as we possibly can and then go. So the issue with the crocodile though is that it's only got a speed of like 3.3 or something. Like, it's incredibly slow. So we basically need it to be on the battlefield before anything happens. So the only way to use this unit is a Shifting Sands timing attack. And the more I go down the line, the more I'm thinking that it's a very silly idea. But I got to play versus Deimos here as a Hades. Hades likes to play really defensively, and this is going to give me an opportunity to hit him with my timing attack. There's a lot of other gods out there that are not going to be as defensive, so a timing attack is just never going to work versus someone who's attacking you, for example. So you're not going to go for that. You're going to try and defend the attack, right? So in that situation, if you're playing versus something like, I don't know, like an Amaterasu or a Thor, like something, or Loki, something that's going to actually come in and try and kill you nice and early, Kronos, you're probably not going to make those animals set. But versus something like a Hades, like maybe a Gaia, like maybe a Noir, for example, animals are set sort of makes some sense. So here's the idea. We could go one town center and do this, but the fact of the matter is we're really restricted on a lot of stuff here, because we've got to invest in the monuments to then get the favor to build the animals. We've got to also build actual units. So it's probably going to be better to do a 2TC here. This is the general premise. It's probably better. Now, I could be very wrong, and it could be better to just sit in my main base and muster up my force and then Shifting Sands. I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But I'm basically just trying to do it with the 2TC. This is how I did it on Legacy as well. So we're just trying to see if it feels powerful or not. And you guys can let me know at the end here what you think. So we get our town center up. He scouts us. Fine. Now my goal here, as soon as I get the second town center up, is to drop a monument as fast as I possibly can afford to. I basically just need to have the 100 food and both of my town centers basically working, and we're good to go. So I can basically throw it down around about now, as I also vision just to check what's going on. If, for example, I did not see a second town center go up, I might consider not dropping the monument here and actually just trying to rush to the heroic age, because all of a sudden I'm not the one who's the attacker here. I'm 2 TC. My opponent is the attacker if they're going to be on one town center. So that's what that vision is about. That's why that monument doesn't go down until after the vision. It's a bit of a check. I just make sure that I know what's going on and react. I actually played another game versus another Hades player later on in my stream, which I'll show you after this game, where I'm basically playing against a one town center Hades and exactly what the differences are when that's going on. So we get our monument here, we get our monument here. So this is 3 monuments, and we're going to be now looking to go to the next age. Of course, I'm also doing things like putting up walls and just making sure that I'm not going to get hit by anything. Worst case scenario here would be that my opponent goes into Hippias, tries to break in and knock me off this gold mine, which I really want, and then I have to fight for the gold mine. I don't want to do that, so we put some walls up. If he does decide to go into some Hippias, I'll have my Wadget to actually shoot over the walls, and yeah, so we get our last wall up. So this slows down our timing a little bit. Both of these villages are roughly like 60 resources a minute, a little bit less, but 60 resources a minute, and it does take quite a lot of time to build these walls up. You can see once this villager moves over here, you'll see what the timer goes onto this wall here. It's, yeah, 15 seconds. Excuse me, that's not what I thought you were going to do. Go on to the actual wall. There you go. So it's 15 seconds for the actual wall. So every one of these things is going to be losing an extra 15 seconds worth of gather time. So you do lose out a fair amount of resources, 20 seconds, excuse me, on the wall if it's connected to a little bit of extra something. So yeah, you do lose out, but I'm okay with going up just a little bit later on the timing attack, because I'm going to get more crocodiles if I'm a little bit later as well. It's not the end of the world. My armor is also not up because I misplayed. But anyways, nonetheless, we go up, and I am going to go through Sekhmet here. I think this was a mistake. Do not go Sekhmet when you're doing a timing attack. You want to go for Nephthys so that you have Ancestors, because Ancestors is really, really good in timing attack situations. It's just, I have more stuff than you. Let's go. So, yeah. Anyways, next thing that's important here as well, and I didn't do because I'm like trying to somewhat min-max my favor, but in hindsight, I should have had this already. I could have grabbed it as I'm going up to the next age. It's fine too, but before going up to the next age and just a little bit later of a heroic age, then I'd be able to get an extra vision off and actually see. Now, if I see what my opponent's got here and I vision the same area again and I see nothing, like here, then I go, great. I don't have to worry, and I can actually think about doing an even different strategy than the one that I wanted to try here. Now, I do actually end up getting my clairvoyance a little bit late, but it's fine. You can grab it when the spy is at, or the vision is at half, at 50%, and it does take it back to like ready to go. But anyways, neither here nor there. What is going on with my map? All right, so next plan here is basically just drop the Migdol and drop a Siege Works, and we are going to effectively be looking for as many units as we possibly can. Chariot Archer, Siege Tower would be the main 2 units to be building, because we have a front line in Crocodiles. They are, let me just show you what they are looking like. They are at 6 favor. So still pretty pricey. But you know, 6 favor, and you get I think 7-ish DPS for the unit. It's only got like 70 HP, and the hack armor is pretty low. PS armor is pretty high. But anyways, Siege works as well, as I can now take my villagers over onto the wood line. I've kind of mismacroed here a little bit. You don't need as many villagers on gold as I had. It's been a while since I've played Egyptian. You got to give me a little bit of a break there. I also grabbed Shaft Mine, which, to be honest, if you're going for a timing, is probably a mistake. Probably should have been spending resources here. And you can see that, technically speaking, I don't have the resources here to be making units like the Scorpion Man. That unit's really, really good, right? But I don't have the resources. So, because I'm spamming on Chariot Archer and Siege Tower, but I do have all this favor, so I've got to look to spend it basically. Anyways, I don't really know what he's doing, but I did spy him and I did see him have no buildings. So on the one hand, I know he's going for a fast heroic. But on the other hand, I'm like, is he going for a fast heroic or a fast mythic? Is he going to be spamming units? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that he goes into Prodromus. That would be like the best sort of situation for me with these Crocodiles of Set, because they're going to be able to face tank the Prodromus and actually get some decent damage off. You can see like it's 9 damage per attack, but nearly 7 hack damage per second. It's not nothing. So yeah, we get all of our Crocodiles out, and it is looking like it's about time to go. And our opponent does come in and scout us here, and I go, well, you spotted me building a whole bunch of stuff. I better kill you. So spy and go. I don't have to wait anymore. And you can see I've managed to get myself. That elephant not coming is unfair. I've got myself 3,300 resources worth of military here, and we are good to go. He does have himself basically a similar amount worth of resources here as well, in terms of what he could have actually built. So, I mean, I'm looking at this going, I caught my opponent going to the Mythic Age with this timing attack. And I'm like, well, would this have worked if I didn't have the Crocodiles? If I didn't go for the monuments, I would have had minus the Crocodiles, and I would have had like an extra 400 resources of unit. Maybe I could have skipped that one as well for 5. What is this? Yeah, another 200, so 600 resources worth of unit. I mean, 600 resources worth of unit would be like, I don't know, 2-ish more elephants. Could have had scarabs instead of... Nah, I couldn't have had more units out. I think I macroed pretty well, but... I mean, the strategy's there. It worked, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think if Deimos had just spammed units, it would have been a little bit of a better showcase, but I didn't actually manage to get that sort of a situation in. But we did manage to kill the town center. We're going to be spamming units here. Our opponent is going to still get to the Mythic Age, so we still have to deal with that. So the game's not over. The game's never over versus Hades, so you still got to be playing well. But at this point, I don't really need to go into the... I don't really have to go into the Animals of Set anymore. And I can start thinking about doing some other stuff. Of course, my Pharaoh died on the attack. I don't know if Deimos targeted it down with the town center or picked it off or how it died. I wasn't paying attention. I suck. So I can't make those Animals of Set anymore. But I can now send the Pharaoh forward and start again. But I think the better play is to just go Mythic Age and then start going into Avengers or Phoenix, or start building some Scarabs out. I think they did get buffed. I think they were arguably strong before, or like buildable before. But against Hades Mythic Age, I'm scared of building them just on the fact that the the Perseus is in. So Perseus is going to shut down the Scarab pretty hard. The other thing is, the other unit to consider here would be the Rhino. 9 favor, doing a little less than 8 hack damage per second. It's a lot less than the Crocodile per favor, but obviously moves quicker. I can see 3.3 speed. It's just like, it's absolutely nothing there. But nonetheless, the Hoplites coming through, and I just have to basically slow push through all of this stuff, take everything, and that's the game. I don't really want to go too much more into it at this point. It's just play the game. I found enough of an advantage. You can see how much of an advantage I am. He's trying to fight through it. If he does survive here, obviously my life as the set player gets very, very difficult versus Hades. Peltast are quite good versus the Chariot Archers. Everything is really quite good. He catches up with full iron, etc. I'll just speed through this one because I want to show you the other game and the reactions there, and why maybe going for a timing attack with set not the best idea in certain situations. Just in case you guys want to try out the Crocodiles and let me know what you think. But I mean, the idea is there. It's not awful. I don't know if it's going to be some S tier strat that we're going to see dominating the ladder, but I just wanted to show it off because new Pat, new me, and all that other good stuff. And yeah, and we just run in and you find the win. Okay, so let me find this other one against this other Hades player. The other Hades player is a little bit of a higher level than Deimos, but he did go for a very different strategy, so I couldn't try my strat. I had to counter him. It was this one, and on exactly the same map as well on Oasis. I'm going to speed through it up until the important parts because I basically play exactly the same way. So no sense in watching the same thing twice. And I'll show you exactly the reactions to what we see here when things happen. So, of course, gold. Come over. I've got an amazing town center here, and this vision needs to pop down at some point here. Okay, vision comes down, and I see a military academy. I don't buy this for a second. I see the villagers here. I see the villagers here. I see the villagers here. I see effectively not enough villagers on wood. So I'm like 95-ish% sure that it's not going to be a second town center from Khyber here just on that vision. I'll drop my monument. I probably should have skipped this, to be honest. Considering all of this, I probably should have skipped this monument and then rushed my heroic age. But with a gold mine as good as I am, I'm fairly confident I'm going to be able to get to the next stage anyways. And we're good to go. I caused some problems over here, but I also confirm he's not on the town center, so I know 100% what's going on now. And he could have gone up here and grabbed this one. But anyways, I know he's going for a fast heroic, so all I have to do is get to my heroic age fast enough, and then we're good. If I screw this build up or whatever, then we're in trouble. And I basically just am going to shoot up my siege works here as fast as humanly possible. And then the secret here is to actually empower the siege works. And that will get your siege tower out fast enough that it's going to be able to take out the fortress. If he gets this fortress up, it's not the end of the world here either, because I have the siege works spamming siege towers. These villages are all... It's all chaos here from me. This is just a cheese from Khyber. So, yeah, if you hold the cheese, you win the game. Of course, I can also heal my siege tower, which is nice. And that gives me more value there as well. And killing the fortress is game over. For him, because he's one town center and he lost all of his villages, lost all that gather. Anyways, I'm just showing you this one just on the fact that if you do decide to play some set and you do decide to try these strats, there's going to be some stuff that people can throw at you to take you off of your plan. So you do have to be really, really prepared for it all. But in this game, I was good to go. I also did build some crocodiles here on the defense. Because it's just free resources. But anyways, that's the story I'm running with. I think the crocodiles are... I would go ahead and say they're in mid at the moment. I don't think they're going to be a meta strategy for set. I think that it's not there. The other thing, however, is the animals of set. Now, I think that going for gazelle of set, I think going for giraffe of set is going to be something that is worthwhile doing in situations where I think it was already worth this, so it's just gotten better. But in situations where you don't have any hunt on a second town center or on a first town center, and you need that extra hunt, you should go for those. But nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.